produces a lot of vibration in this area. So always make sure your dominant hand holds this part. And now, if there are 5 tips I would tell someone about tufting. When you're tufting, always make sure you hold steady, really steady of the machine, because if you don't, it will scare you and you might end up dropping it, or it might end up jumping. With the positioning of your machine, most people will, it's always supposed to recommend you to keep at a 90 degrees. Don't keep at this angle, don't keep at this angle, do a 90, then live. Okay, now a tip number 2, if you want to go sideways with the machine, first of all you have to tip first, and remember the machine cannot go this side, so you have to press it and then you rotate your machine a whole 90 degrees or whatever angle that is, then you glide. Doing any design, the last line is normally called a border line. Let me show you. So that line is normally called a borderline. Every borderline must be done at least thrice or 4 times to make sure the quality remains good. So what I mean is you stand on top of it, everywhere. If something like this happens, just remove it, okay? And repeat the tufting process again. Once you've done your border lines everywhere, 1, 2, so first you start with the straight line, okay? You start with a straight line, you poke until you feel the fabric, then you glide. Number 2, you may always make sure like all your border lines have 2 or 3 or more for quality reasons, okay? Tip number 3 is before you start filling in the spaces, start by poking in between the borders so that it acts as a shock absorber place and where it will keep the useless yarn. Then before all that, you stay calm and then you stop. So you are starting at this begin bottom here at the bottom border, and we're ending at the bottom border, at the top border. Another tip in tufting is, if you're a beginner, always leave one space in between every time you're tufting, especially when your fabric is very loose or very, very fragile. So what I mean is you leave a 1 centimeter space, then you do 1 centimeter space, you do 1 centimeter space. All this is to ensure that the number of the amount of yarn you fill on one side compared to the other side are the same. So you do all that. Then when you're done, now come back in and now fill in the empty spaces that you left. So you start at the bottom. Now, remember, when you're tufting, a lot of times when this machine is running, it produces a lot of vibration in this area. So always make sure your dominant hand holds this part and then your other hand holds this part, because I am left-handed, that's why you're seeing it. So your right hand is here, then your left hand is here, okay? So yeah. And when you're tufting, always make sure you hold steady, really steady of the machine, because if you don't, it will scare you and you might end up dropping it, or it might end up jumping. When you're done with a rag like this, always come back with the same color and go around the edges of it so that to ensure when you're carving, there's more to carve